Behind me is the 14th century Chickse Monastery of Leh. Beside me is the 21st century Lamborghini Huracan. So what is a Huracan doing up here? Well, we are on a crazy adventure. We want to make the journey up to the motorist Everest, that is Khardungla, in this. But that's for a day when the weather is more conducive. Today we'll be driving around Leh, acclimatizing ourselves with this place, and I'll be reacquainting myself with the Huracan. Here goes. It wasn't going to be an easy drive by any means, but before I get psyched out, I take stock. The standard Huracan and its 5.2-litre V10 makes 602 bhp. This one, however, has Lamborghini's optional racing exhaust. Power is now in the region of 640 bhp. Also on board are ceramic disc brakes that are probably strong enough to stop the Earth's rotation. And the front suspension lift system is a vital part of the Huracan's arsenal. At full extension, ground clearance is a commendable 175 mm. So that's what I have with me. Nothing left to do but to get right to it. The space-age Huracan really looks like a UFO in these areas. And no matter where I drive, I've got several eyes following me. I drive through the interesting Leh Gate, do a ceremonial flyby past the Hall of Fame museum dedicated to our soldiers, and generally explore the city's narrow roads. Of course, like any visitor to Leh, I have to make the journey to the gleaming Shanti Stupa as well. We see a little more of the city before calling it a day. Hello and welcome to the big day. We are at the town of Katpa, which is just outside Leh, and this is going to serve as base camp for us because today we are planning to go all the way up there in that. Okay, so this is it, Khardungla in a Lamborghini. So starting off, I've put the engine, suspension, gearbox, everything to starter mode because I need the car to be as docile as possible today. Other things, heavy duty, jacket button up, prayer flags handy, and off we go.
Based on local intelligence, we've opted to make a reasonably late departure, which should help us miss the bulk of tourists to and from Khardungla. A little about the drive as well. The journey from hotel to summit will be just about 40 odd kilometers. It's not the distance, but the change in elevation that's the challenge. We'll be climbing about 7,000 feet in those 40 kilometers. And with every few hundred feet ascended, the air will get noticeably thinner and the temperature will drop. But the start isn't as bad as we thought it would be.
So the roads are narrow, but they are fairly well finished. But I mean, you can actually drive a Lamborghini here.
In fact, the first bit of road is rather smooth and allows me to open the Lambo in bursts on the short, clear stretches. The sound of the V10 ricocheting off the mountainside is magic. As is the experience of seeing the stark beauty of Ladakh through the windscreen of a Lamborghini.
These roads are narrower than your average supermodel's base, and also because the Huracan is quite a wide car on its own, so I have to be extra cautious. Around the bends, I have to use the horn because obviously that's the norm in the hills, but also I think oncoming traffic deserves a heads up when they're going to be seeing a Lamborghini of all cars on these roads.
The road starts to deteriorate with the climb. But an empty stretch here, a clear hairpin there allows me to have some fun. Still, there's seemingly no drop in performance. I'm not summoning most of the horses under the Lambo's slatted engine cover, but the smallest of throttle inputs remind me they are all alive and kicking. Oh, and special mention to the steering too.
The steering is feeling very nice. It's in Strada mode, so it's at its comfortable best. It's nice and smooth, but when I need it to be, it is sharp. There was a stone back there, and really helps to have a quick acting steering.
The frequency of close calls increase as the road starts showing its devilish side. This is the highway to the danger zone.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to tone it down a bit now because the falls on that side literally have me on edge. I think there's about 500-foot drop on that side. Unreal that we're doing it here. I'm glad this car has four-wheel drive. I need all the support I can get because there are large patches where there's just dust. I cannot have the car fishtailing here. That would be catastrophic.
What we've just done was the good bit. What lies ahead is pure hell. There's no road and the path, as it were, is just slush and exposed rock. One crater-laden stretch is so bad we have to truck the Lambo past it. Suddenly, the scale of what we are doing hits me. The laughter quickly gives way to panic and fear. The path is a war zone.
So these are the last few kilometers, and this is a real big test because I have snow on one side, massive craters in the middle. I'm literally just juggling through, really nursing the car because the front spoiler extends so far out, it'll almost be like a snowplow.
Another concern are the tires. The car's running on standard Pirelli P0s that are thinner than the local noodles. I can only hope we don't get a puncture.
This is probably the slowest a Lamborghini has ever been driven or has a right to be driven.
The Lambo's 325 kph top speed seems merely theoretical. I'm barely doing 3 kph.
God, this car has the lifting suspension. I have to really zigzag through everything.
I take it one rock at a time. It's tough, but I'll admit there's a certain thrill too.
Yes! We've done it. We are on the highest motorable road in the world here at Khardungla, and of all the vehicles we could have done it in, we've come in a Lamborghini Huracan. I mean, this is just unreal in so many ways. In fact, even the few tourists who are here, their attention has got diverted. They just want a close look at this outlandish car. Well, that's a lot of words. I need to catch my breath, and I also need a comforting chai. So that's it from me. But for one last time, we're here, highest motorable road, Lamborghini Huracan. We've done it.